Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at Susan's cabin, which is a fairly new location here on the map, and it's going to be the site of the upcoming seasonal event called the Big Bloom. Now, this seasonal event will start next Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, and will run as 2 weeks, right to the end of May 13th, 2025. So Susan's cabin is way down here. You have Skyline Valley region to the west and Cranberry Bog region to the northeast. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. There's a couple of things of interest in the area. And of course, all this information is found very readily right on the Fallout Wiki and on the Bethesda website. So everyone and their dog can go and check it out for themselves if you want to dive into it a little bit deeper. All right, so it's a nice area, actually. Has a lot of paths around it. Has a huge field of flowers or perennials here. And this is all going to be part of the Big Bloom event that's going to go on. Let's go ahead. We're going to explore Susan's cabin here, and we're going to talk to her as well. I kind of discovered this a little while ago. Black-eyed Susan right there. Right on. And I just wanted to kind of wait a little bit closer to make this video till we get this public event, which again starts next Tuesday. There's a couple things that we can pick up here. Of course, there are things that we cannot pick up. But this particular cabin is new as of the Glow of the Ghoul update, which we had recently. So we got a nice little teapot there. Pretty cool. Open up this back door, so we got a tinker's workbench. Pretty cool. Not a whole lot around the house itself. I believe we can go on its roof. Again, not a whole lot up here. There's a couple things we could pick up, but that's pretty much it. Gives you a nice little field of area. What's around? Let's pop over here real quick and see what's over here. Look, there's another teapot here, so that's pretty cool. If you're looking for teapots, nice little neutral spot to come get them. Pretty cool. Got a bar of soap there. Everyone looking for bars of soap these days. Got a shovel we can use and pick up. Let's check this outhouse here. I don't think there's anything in here, but we'll give it a check. You never know. Alright, we got a chem box. Pretty cool. Stuff we can pick up. And this little truck over here. And some other items we can pick up as well. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead. We're going to talk to Black-Eyed Susan and see if she has any dialogue for us. I believe she is a former raider. Go ahead and talk to her here.
Oh, good day. Have you come to admire my flowers? It's a lovely meadow, isn't it? Well, where are my manners? Here I am talking about this silly meadow, and I haven't even told you my name. They call me Black-Eyed Susan. You know, like the flower. The flowers tend to be my specialty. I arrange them into beautiful bouquets, you see?
All right, tell me more about you.
Well, aren't you sweet? I'm afraid there's not much to tell, dearie. I was born long before everyone ate reds for supper instead of cram. Oh, those were the days. I lost everyone I knew after the war. But you know what they say about family. It's not always about blood. That's how I felt when I started running with my gang. We felt like we owned the whole wasteland together.
You're in a gang?
I was. Oh, best years of my life. Waylaying merchants, pillaging, disemboweling.
Wow.
At the time, I knit Sally Knickerbocker a sweater out of the lower intestines of a farmer, all sourced from
Oh my lord.
materials. The girls wanted to head west and establish
Hardcore.
some kind of legacy. keep the group going for many years to come. I felt I'd had enough stabbing and shooting for one lifetime and decided to retire to focus on my hobbies.
All right. Are you all alone out here?
Mostly, but that's the way I like it. With peace and quiet. I'm all alone. Except for my arch nemesis, Beezlebub. I tell you right now, that giant oversized bee is not gonna scare me away. No way.
Beezlebub? Question mark.
Oh, yes. The most horrible, vile honey beast in all of Appalachia. He thinks he owns this meadow just because he's a giant, monstrous, irradiated bee. Well, I'll tell you who owns this meadow. Me, I do. If I see that bee one more time, I'll gut him with his own stinger. You mark my words, sweetheart. And then, of course, I'll bake a batch of honey cookies.
Fair enough. All right, how did this meadow get here in the first place?
Well, that I'm not so sure about, sweetheart. I only stumbled across it recently. I don't know who planted the flowers or when. It's the oddest thing. Some flowers are perennials, which means they bloom each spring and live an awfully long time. They're kind of like me. This old meadow acts like a perennial, which is awfully strange, considering it houses so many different types of flowers. It comes back every year, with the flowers beginning to bloom in the spring. I don't understand it, but I certainly won't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, fair enough. Seems weird that flowers grow here despite the storm.
It is a bit odd, isn't it? I stumbled across this meadow by accident. Most people are too afraid to come through these parts. Cowards. It's so pristine. It seems almost like it was untouched by the bombs. Unnatural.
Yeah, for sure. It's very beautiful. Let's talk about something else.
Sure, sweetheart. What is it?
So we do talk about Overgrown here, so let's talk about that. How did Overgrown end up in Appalachia? Question mark.
Overgrown? Oh, you mean those plant hooligans. I have no idea. This whole time I thought they were some kind of leftover super weapon the commies made. Like a kind of high-tech killer shrubbery. They don't have any buckets and bolts, though. Strange. I don't know if it matters much, but I saw a broken-down caravan a little ways from here. No one's come back to claim it. Maybe someone brought them here? I've certainly never seen them in Appalachia before.
All right, good stuff.
So soon? Kids these days.
All right, so elephant in the room, basically. We talked about Beezlebub. So Beezlebub will be the main boss of the event, the Big Bloom, okay? And we're going to have to help our old pal here, Black-Eyed Susan, to gather these perennials. And the perennial area, as she will tell us, is a big minefield to help protect herself from basically honeybees, overgrown, and blot flies, all right? So when we're doing this event, we're going to have to be careful because these mines will obviously, do some damage to us. So just kind of FYI there. So let's go ahead. We're going to check out this little caravan that's close by. Should be right down here. All right, so we have the Blue Ridge Caravan. We got some notes that are there. We got some dead Brahmin. Looks like we have a Blue Ridge Caravan guard here, so we have a metal helmet, so that's pretty cool. We got a nice little holotapes. Let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at Magellan's log. I believe it's pronounced Magellan. Let's go ahead and play it.
All right, my pretties. It is time for rehearsal. Let's get into our positions. Now, please. Alistair, please. You can be a diva after you make it big. Until then, you do as I say. Are we start with a performance from Violetta. Violetta, please, sing the last refrain in E minor. Good God. Please, stop. Stop at once. I have never heard a more tone-deaf singer in... Oh, God. What am I going to do? These Overgrown are talentless hacks.
All right. So if you kind of guessed it, I think this Magellan had these Overgrown in cages. So if you do a little bit of a backstory, you can of course research this yourself and no problem on the wiki. But basically, Magellan came from Atlantic City with these Overgrown because he was fascinated with them and he thought that he could train them. But as you can see, something went wrong and he let them out of the cages and they end up killing everyone. And that's why we have to fight these Overgrown during this special event. Now let's take a look at the training plan here. Monday, basic words and phrases. Juggling, balls, not knives. They definitely are not ready for that. Breathing techniques. Tuesday, cognitive behavior and therapy. Hula hoops, table manners. Wednesday, painting by numbers. Okay. Signing by scale. Tap dancing Thursday. Rapping. Okay. Trapezing, ballet dancing. Friday, pilots, sword swallowing. Starting with sticks. Okay. Balance training. Saturday, rest day. Sunday, fencing, strength training, and acrobatics. Pretty cool. All right, so let's go over to this part here. And we see Magellan's log number 2. Let's go ahead and play it.
This Eastern American tour of mine is already falling apart. I originally planned for us to stop and perform in Pittsburgh for several weeks. We put the kibosh on that plan for sure now. The whole city is covered in disgusting smog. Geiger counters sing the opera even on the city lines. If there's anyone left in there, I'm not sure they even have eyes nor ears to witness our show. But we'll have to reroute. Possibly through the country. Oh, by George. Just the thought of smelling unwashed yokels terrifies me. And I have no choice. Damn you, Salvatore Sticky Fingers! Damn you!
All right, let's take a look at bill of sale. Magellan, let's keep this on the lowdown, huh? My uncle blow the gasket if he knew I was selling to some troubadour or some off your main trade routes, but I can try to write it off as a trade with Mayor Tim. You won't know any better so long as I just don't put Atlantic City on the order invoice. Despite the obviously secrecy, I wanted to have our little deal in writing, so here it is, all itemized and whatnot. Wooden wagon, 1,500 caps. Live Brahmin, 2,500 caps. Temp security contractors, 3,000 caps. All in all, you owe me a good 7,000 caps to be paid up front. Don't know how much you make juggling swords or whatever it is you do, but frankly, I don't care as long as I get paid. Don't have a metal livestock cages as you asked for. Not sure where to send you for those. If you're already in Atlantic City, you might want to try the Lambotti family. They typically have reason for such things. I hope whatever business venture you got going on pans out. Sincerely, of course, Luga Costa. Of course, Luga Costa is right down there in the Skyline Valley region. Pretty cool. All right. Actually, I think Luca Costa, now that I think about it, I think it's over here at Big Bend Tunnel East. All right, so we have some more Blue Ridge Guards here. Another combat helmet. Some honey I think we can grab from these beehives. Just be careful when you do. Of course, there'll be bee swarms that come out at you. A couple skeletons here. Nice little can of turpentine. And here we go up in the rock here. We have another Blue Ridge Guard, black cowboy hat. That's pretty cool. And who is this? This is Magellan himself. Let's go ahead and take Magellan's log number 3.
I fired Emmerich and Jolie. Dishonorably dismissed. They dare question my judgment. Just put the Overgrown down, they said. We don't need them. This is why a show needs a visionary at the top. And not a bunch of short-sighted freaks. Alas, there
Wow.
are times I feel you're the only one who truly understands me, Alistair. Perhaps I shall unlatch your cages. No more will you be imprisoned beyond these iron bars. Instead, we shall be equals. Oh, wait, what? What are you doing? Alistair, please,
Huh?
control yourself. No, please.
So it looks like he unlocked the cage for Alistair, who is obviously an Overgrown. And Alistair killed him, as well as the Blue Ridge Guards. So as you can see, good old Magellan there is Showman from Atlantic City, so that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at this extortion. Sal, you slimy no good to timing the sapient sabotaging bastard. I talked the whole livelihood in a venture, every single cap I earn busking on the boardwalk, all the blood, sweat, and tears, especially blood, that I shed working for the games for Charlotte, all of that wasted. That scientist you told me to talk to, well, I went to the address you gave me, and guess what? There's no such thing as an All-American Institute of Botanical Humanoid Research. There's a bunch of louts squatting in an abandoned building. I'm seriously starting to doubt that the Overgrown can be trained at all. Damn it all, I won't let some Charlton pull the wool over my eyes, as the bard once wrote, you scallion, you rampion, you frustralian. I'll tickle your catastrophe. I shall honor my namesake legacy and use his navigational talents to find my own way in this business. Most unsincerely not yours, Magellan. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. So nice little storyline there on how all this kind of came here. There's a little kind of close-up look of this guy. Let's take a look at the letter of resignation. Magellan. This definitely feels like the coward's way out. You know, writing it all down instead of saying it to your face. But frankly, I don't think you've got enough sense left for us to have a reasonable discussion about this. I'm just not going to give it to you straight. This is my letter of resignation. Look, we've had some good times, and well, mostly bad times. Truth is, I've been the strong man for more caravans than I could count. Never had bailed on a job once. This is my exception. For your own good, please, and I mean please, give up on this training the Overgrown idea. Frothing in the mouth, in the cages, waiting to rip our faces off and saute them. You ever heard of a sunk cost fallacy? This whole idea that sometimes when people sink an immense amount of time, effort, and even money into something, they have yet to see a way through when it's falling miserably. I think you've got that. Cost has sunk to the Marina Trench at this point. Just give up, man. Go back to Atlantic City. You're gone. We all were, Rick. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So that's a nice little story there. Pretty awesome. But that's pretty much this entire area. And again, I can't go into too much detail into, you know, the entire walkthrough of that event, the Big Bloom. But again, what I can read myself, and that anyone can read, basically we have to collect about 30 flowers around here, and at some point, Black-Eyed Susan will tell us that the Overgrown will have to only be killed just like any weed by fire, so we can use, you know, Molotov cocktails, or if you have a flamer, etc., etc. And then eventually come across a giant bee called Beezlebub. Then we'll have to take that enemy down. And of course, we'll get all kinds of special rewards, etc. for that. So I'm looking forward to it. Again, it'll be for 2 weeks worth. And of course, I'll be covering all that here on the channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys have any insight on what's going on to kind of share with the community, by all means, put it in the comments. And of course, if I missed anything, by all means, put it in the comments as well. So there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share me the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Not Me But Me, Yes Me That's Me, Drew, Andrew, Demon, Confounded Bridge, Ben Durant, John DJ59, Pickerass, Benny Bunny, Grand Tretno, Tony Watson. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.